Today's topic is one that sits close to all of us. It's something we think about late at night, or maybe just something that hits us randomly during the daytime, or maybe in moments when we're alone or feeling alone. I think you all know the topic that I'm going to talk about. It's about letting go, something that we all find really difficult to do, something that it's just it doesn't come easy to any of us, and if it does come easy to any of us, then we have mastered it to the point where it comes easy to any of us. Letting go of people, letting go of situations, letting go of literally anything in our life, it's not easy. And I am a very very firm believer that it is not easy. On social media or people around you, they'll just hear something and they'll be like, just let it go, just don't hold on to it, just let it go. If only it was so easy. All right, let's just start with a question. Why is it so difficult to let go? Why do we hold on to anything so much? We hold on to people that hurt us. We hold on to memories that haunt us, to mistakes that constantly replay in our heads. That ache that we feel, the hurt, the guilt, the resentment, everything that we feel. We hold on because it is safer to hold on rather to be unfamiliar with these feelings, because we have already experienced those feelings once, and it is better to feel those feelings continuously instead of feeling something unknown. Just imagine that you're standing on a cliff, you're holding on to a rope tied to something really heavy. You're bleeding, your hands are raw, but you're scared to drop the rope because you don't know what will happen next. That's what holding on feels like sometimes, according to me. It's painful, but it's familiar, so we hold on to something. Maybe for you, it's a friendship that must have changed over the period of time. Maybe it's any sort of relationship that isn't healthy. Or maybe it's just an old version of yourself, who you were before, the one who made mistakes, the one who you can't forgive. Holding on tells us or convinces us that, okay, you know what, maybe if we try harder, then things will go back to, how they were. But deep down, I think we all know the truth that nobody has a time machine and we can't go back to the past. Not everything or everyone is meant to stay. And that's where letting go begins. So here's what I've honestly realized, that letting go is not forgetting or just blankly moving on and not letting yourself feel those emotions. It's not about erasing the memory that you have, or pretend that, oh, it never mattered, or oh, I don't care, I'm nonchalant, is that. It is not that. It's just choosing peace over pain. It's saying that this experience shaped me and it doesn't control me anymore. I will take the lesson forever and I'll always remember the lesson, but never those emotions, never the hurt, never the pain. Because as long as I hold on to those emotions, I'll never be able to feel content, calm, peaceful, or happy. Okay, just think about it. When you carry a heavy backpack for too long, okay, it's like a burden to you. After some point, you have to put it down. Not because it wasn't important to carry, but because you've reached to the point where you don't need it anymore. You need to stop feeling the pain. That's letting go, putting down the weight that no longer serves you. And of course, it's scary. Trust me, I know how scary letting go is, okay? Whether it's people, situations, places, memories, anything. I have let go of so many friendships, and it is not easy, and I totally agree to that. But it's freeing, after some point when you start letting go, it's like you can actually physically feel your mindset become better, and you can feel free. You can feel like, okay, fine, this has happened, but I think it's time that I move on with my life and I let go of everything that has hurt me so far. Because if you keep on holding on to those emotions, how are you ever gonna build your life again? How are you gonna get yourself back together? How are you gonna just be happy in your life, because this is your life, this is not their life. And trust me when I say this, that life will get better the moment you decide to make it better. The decisions that you take every day, the actions that you do, the words that you say every single day, it all matters. Okay, it is not just something that you see on social media, people, who say that okay, all these matter, all these things matter. They are not pretending or lying or just sugarcoating something. It is true, and trust me, I've experienced it so many times. The moment you let go, you're creating space for something so much better, something that you actually deserve. It's like space for healing, for growth, for joy that isn't clouded by the past. For me, I've a lot of times, struggled with letting go of friendships, letting go of memories, letting go of the hurt, letting go of a lot of things. Basically, I thought if I hold on tighter, or if I just show more care, or if I just be more available or present, then maybe something would change. Maybe the story would have ended differently. But I realized that it was just keeping me stuck in a sort of a loop. And the day I finally decided to let all of that go, nothing happened. Nothing that I wanted to happened. Nothing that I was expecting happened. Nothing that I wanted or hoped for to happen, nothing like that happened. Because I realized that I deserve so much better than just trying to be a sort of person that other people want me to become, or just being more available, or being more caring, or being more loving. All that would have gotten me nowhere, and that's what I realized the day I started to let go. It was just a quiet decision that, okay, you know what, I've done enough, I have given my 100% into this, but now I just have to let it go. I have to create space for something better. And I deserve peace more than answers, more than why did you do that to me, or why did this happen to me. It happened, full stop. You know what? This is the thing. Letting go rarely gives us any sort of closure in the way we want it. Sometimes people don't apologize, sometimes people don't even accept their mistakes. Sometimes we never get the explanation that we want, or the explanation that we should have gotten. Letting go is just about choosing to live without those answers, without those closures, and you have to be okay with that. Because as long as you go to seek those explanations or answers or reasons, you're gonna keep holding on to these emotions, and you're gonna keep yourself stuck in the same loop constantly. How long do you want to keep doing that? Do you want to spend the rest of your life trying to understand why that person did you wrong, or why that friendship ended, or why that person betrayed your trust? It is not in your control. I know it is hurtful. I know that when we give out so much, we want the same kind of love and care back. We expect the same kind of treatment back. But let me tell you guys, what you give out is always going to be remembered. Okay, if not by the same person, by somebody else. Maybe somebody else saw how much you were giving into some friendship, but the person wasn't reciprocating it. Maybe they would appreciate you for that, or you should just appreciate yourself for giving out so much, even when you got nothing back. After a point, I agree that you have to know when to stop, and you need to stop after a point. But till that point doesn't come, till you don't realize, you should be proud that you have been such a good person, instead of being a very big, I think you know what I mean, a very big bitch to people. And you should be proud of yourself for that, because not everybody in today's time is kind, sweet, understanding, loving, caring. Most of us try to act nonchalant, try to act like we don't care, we are not bothered, unbothered queen, hashtag everything. I am not that kind of person. Okay, so let me ask you one thing. And I want you to answer this genuinely in the comment section, because I always read the comments. So please answer genuinely. What are you holding on to right now? What is something that you know you have to let go, but you're still holding on to? Take a second and really, really think about it, okay? Because I am gonna respond to your comments, whoever comment on this post, or I mean this episode. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's some sort of guilt that you have, maybe it's a situation, maybe it's the idea of how a friendship ended or how it should have turned out, or any sort of expectations, literally anything that you're holding on to. I want to know about it. What would happen if you loosened your grip onto that thing, even just a little bit? What would happen? I want to know that too. What if you allowed yourself to breathe without crying in this world, to breathe without carrying the weight, to breathe without feeling broken or guilty or any of those negative emotions? What would happen? What if you allowed yourself to do that? Letting go is not about not caring. It's just that you have cared enough so far that now you have to care more for yourself instead of that thing to move forward in your life. And if you're scared, trust me, that's absolutely okay, because letting go is scary and it's a process. Some days you'll feel really weak, broken, or you'll just feel like giving up, you'll feel like not healing yourself. And some days you'll feel really strong, you'll feel bold, you'll feel like, yeah, this is what I needed. So it's a process that sometimes will make you feel like you're moving forward and sometimes will make you feel like you're going behind in life. But trust me, every time you choose to release those emotions and to release the grip that you've been holding on to so tightly, if you just loosen your grip, even in the smallest way, you're moving closer to freedom, to bettering your life, to bettering yourself, to giving your mind the peace it needs. So here's the reminder that I want you to leave with: letting go isn't losing, it's gaining yourself back. Let me repeat that. Letting go isn't losing, it's gaining yourself back. You know, the self that you lost in that friendship, in that situation, in that traumatic incident, anything, gain yourself back. And that is possible when you choose or decide to let go. Trust me, even the decision or even the thought of, I want to let go of this now, I am done effing my life up behind this, that is itself a very, very strong decision. Not everyone have the guts to do that. Trust me when I say that. So I'm really proud of you and I love you so much. And I'm going to see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening. And I love you. I'm so proud of you. And I'll see you guys ASAP with the next episode. Till then, please check out the rest of my YouTube channel for any sort of vlogs. And yeah, my Instagram, which is linked in the description box below, and all the social links that you guys need where I can connect with you guys personally is in the description box below. So check that out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Till then, please take care of yourself because nobody's going to do that better than you. I love you guys. Bye.